Welcome back to the Unknown Angler. Full disclosure, this fly here is just for fun. This is not going to be a big fish taker, but if you're a football fan and you have a particular team you like, I think this is a really good pattern to represent that team. I was out with having a beer with a buddy of mine, Mark, and he's talking about, hey, I'd like to. He's a big Bills fan. He said, I'd like to do a fly for the Bills. I'm going to do a woolly bugger. Woolly bugger isn't the best fly. I mean, it'll catch a fish, but it's not the best fly to tie for your football team. So I'm like, hey, how about a game changer? And I did up a prototype for him, and he gave it a thumbs up. So I figured I'd post it, mainly because I think that this fly, the game changer itself, really does represent, a good football team fly, and you can tie it in any colors you want. All you need to do is be able to make yourself some EP dubbing brushes. And you only need 4. You need a 1/2 inch, a 3/4 inch, a 1 inch, and a 2 inch dubbing brush in the appropriate colors for your team. And then you can use them on a 15, 20, and a 25 millimeter articulated shank. The fly's pretty darn easy to tie once you have all the materials ready. It takes a while. I've speeded up the process that I'm showing you to tie. I think this whole video takes about 5 minutes. It takes far longer than that to tie a game changer. For those of you that have tied them, they take some time. They're not difficult, but they do take some time to tie. The nice part about this is if you tie the dubbing brushes in those particular sizes and use those particular sizes of shanks, it's a no trim fly. Most game changers you have to trim down to get the body shape. This one's really nice because you don't need to trim it down. So you start out with a 15 millimeter shank. You add some feathers because we do a flipper tail on it. You add some feathers, whatever color you'd like. In this case, it's white. And I'm using the same colored thread for the same color dubbing brush in each of the articulated shanks. So, white with the white, red with the red, blue with the blue. Keeps it pretty simple. I think you could go through and just use all white thread if you wanted to, all the way up to the front. Would work just fine if you use the different dubbing brushes for the colors. And then in this case, I actually added a red eye on the blue because it really accentuates the blue head, and it gives it that final little Bills look. I did switch the colors around a little bit. I built a couple of these in different the segments in different colors. So the dubbing brushes probably take longer to make than the flies do. So I put a little bit of time into getting this one correct. My only advice to those of you who are doing it, if you're doing it for, say, somebody like the Packers or one of your own team. By the way, Dave, I will do you one for the Packers. Don't worry about it. We'll all be fishing our own teams at the Cape this year. If you're going to do one for your own team, really think through what sequence you want the colors in to best represent the team. Because the first one I tied, I did a blue head with followed by a red, followed by a white, followed by a blue, and then a white tail. And it looked good, but it was just something off about it. I ended up using the blue, white, red, blue, white on this final fly. And I really think that that was the kicker. That was the one that I really thought sold the deal. Anyway, you be you. You do whatever you want to do and tie it for whatever team you want. At this point, I'm going to finish this up because the Bills are coming on in about an hour, and I'd like to post this before the big Miami game today for the playoffs. Anyway, see you next time. Enjoy the fly. Go Bills!